What's up, Freeze Army, and welcome to the Matsuda-san Contract. This is the featured contract set in Marrakesh. My name is Mr. Freeze2244, and this contract was an absolute nightmare. I could not figure it out how to do Silent Assassin on this without taking other people out. Because the main problem is the receptionist. Now, she's never on her own, she doesn't move, so the only way for us to initially just do this Silent Assassin is to take everybody out. Take as many people out as we possibly can. And as soon as I came up with this and completed this, somebody else on the forum already had this up as well. So I've had to re-record mine, and basically this is how it goes. So from the start, what we're going to have to do is bump into these two guys here, the guy with the hat and the shopkeeper to the left, and you're going to come over here and grab your coins that you're going to have stored in the lamb shop area. We're also going to have in our inventory, we're going to have the combat knife, and you're going to have the audio distraction device. Now, our first target is going to end up coming up through this road up here, so we're just going to patiently wait here for a second. This is very annoying, this part as well, because sometimes the shopkeeper, you throw the coin just here right now, and sometimes the shopkeeper, of all people, comes over and investigates, which is very, very random. But if you do it this way, you should be able to get this every time. So as long as you bumped into those two people at the start there, this guard should come over straight away. So once he goes over, let's pick this coin up. We're going to go and take out our combat knife and throw it at his head. Make sure you grab that knife before you leave this area. So we're going to dump his body there, put the knife away, and head to the consulate building. So our second target is a security guard who's hanging outside the consulate building, and that's who we're going to have to take out. So we're just going to head all around the side here to avoid all this cluttered people. Don't like bushing past people. I don't like crowds myself, to be honest. Not the easy route to. I just went around the side there. It's the quickest way, I think. So we're going to go all the way around the side, and as usual, it's the main way to get into this building, really, which is why it's Marrakesh. I find is so boring. Because there's so many limited ways of actually getting into this place. I mean, realistically, there's only 3 ways in, really. And the main way you're going to come through is over this wall all the time. So we're going to grab that crowbar from that oil barrel. So what we're going to do with this is just going to throw that just there, and then the security guard is going to get distracted. We're going to dive over that fence, and we're going to throw this knife at the back of his head when he makes his way around. Now, I didn't know which way he was going to walk. I didn't know whether it was left or right. Sometimes it's random for me. So he came around this time. He came around this way this time. So we're going to throw that knife at the back of his head right there. Pick up the crowbar, pick up his weapon, and pick up the knife as well. Drag his body all the way through this split door here, and just leave his body in here. He won't get discovered while he's in here. So we're going to take his disguise as well, because it makes it a little bit easier for us to get into the building. So we're just going to run straight in. There is a security guard right in front of the reception desk, but as long as you keep running, he won't notice you. Just hook the wall to the left to avoid the camera, just that glitched camera that's above you. So we're just going to, again, keep hugging the wall, and then take out your crowbar and head over to this room over here. If you've done this quick enough, you should have the this janitor person here. And we're going to throw the crowbar out the back of his head, take his disguise, and hide his body in the crate. If he's in the coffee room, you're just going to have to wait for the security guard to leave, then take him out in there. There is also a crate in there, so you don't have to worry about that. Now we're just going to head to that little bathroom that we went past initially at the start. We'll just be coming in through the actual main doors. So it's just through here. We're just going to wait for the camera to be looking away before we enter. It's just in here. I'm just going to wait here for a few seconds, because a security guard does come in here on his rounds, so we're just going to wait in here for a little while before he comes in, because he's going to interrupt everything if we don't. And what I'm going to show you after is a little bit more complicated. It might not work for everybody, because the audio distraction device is bugged, and it's been bugged ever since it's been released, and they haven't bothered to fix it because they just can't be bothered. But we're going to take advantage of the actual bug itself. So this is the only way I found to do it, and I think the other person who posted this in the forum has done it pretty much the same way. So we're just going to wait for the security guard to come over. Should be him on the map now, just heading towards this direction. Here he is. Wait for the door to close, and we're gonna subdue him. Now you might be asking, why aren't I using the crowbar to just knock these guys out? It's because on some occasions they're looking to the left, they're looking to the right, and on a very few occasions they can spot you, and it got to a point where I was so irritated I just had to subdue these guys and do it the slow way. So what you're going to do is take out your remote audio distraction device and just drop it in this corner. Open the door, close it, and then pick the device back up. And then select something else in your inventory, and that will be it. So what we're going to do is hide in this cubicle here. You're going to make sure you picked up that audio device. So it's the first victim. Wait for the door to close, subdue him. And this is going to be very rinse and repeat procedure, really. So we're going to drag his body in here. Make sure his hands or feet aren't in the way of the doors or anything like that. So just make sure he's well in there. And then close the door. And now this is the bug. Now you've got nothing on the floor, but you open the door and then close it straight away, and someone will come over every time into this bathroom. We're going to hide in this cubicle every single time. And then the bug is, basically, the game thinks you've got the device on the floor still. But you haven't. You've actually picked it up and it's still in your inventory. So you've basically got unlimited amount of distractions, really. So every single time we're going to keep doing this until the receptionist eventually comes in. It's very, very boring, but it appears to be the only way that anyone else has been able to figure out. In a way, I've been able to figure out. So for now, this is how you're going to do it. So again, open the door, close it. Same as before. Go in this cubicle, hide in here. The reason why I'm hiding is because sometimes they come in the bathroom and walk up to you and make a comment, and when they do that you lose your no spotted bonus at the end, which is very, very odd. Like, it's only a thing I've only just discovered since yesterday, which is very, very strange. So I've had to do it this way to avoid that happening. This is why I'm going and subduing everybody instead as well. When I didn't record my first gameplay, when I tried to do exactly the same thing I did before, the main problem was the main target herself kept spotting me every single time. She was literally the last person to take out, and she was just spotting me every time. She just kept moving ahead left, moving ahead right. It's just like, who does that? Every single other person comes in here. They're moving ahead left and right, yes. But they're doing it very slowly, and they're only doing it once. And then as soon as she comes in, she walks over. She doesn't investigate. She just looks left, look right, and then she basically just turns around straight away. It's just very, very odd, and it really frustrated me. But eventually we did it because I just ended up, you know, I ended up shooting her in the face repeatedly many times. But like I said, at this point you're just doing it rinse and repeat, same as before. You'll get the hang of it. Open the door, close it. Subdue this woman. Also, once you've choked out any security guards, they will drop a weapon, so you want to make sure you pick that up as well, because when other people come in, they will pick that up and they're going to alert a security guard, so you don't want that happening. So again, open, close it, and then hide in the cubicle. Wait for them to move away, there we go. Wait for the door to close, subdue. If the prompt is not coming up on your screen, do not push that square button. Or X if you're on Xbox. Because if you do that and the prompt is not coming up on the screen, you will punch them in the face, which is very, very frustrating. Otherwise you'll have to go and do this whole bloody thing again, which you don't want to do. I definitely don't want to do this mission ever again. It's the worst featured contract out of the lot of them, apart from the one called Media Menace, which is even worse because at least this one is actually doable, whereas it's just very frustrating. These featured contracts recently, it's not very good at all.
Okay, back to business.
Also, if you're watching this video, make sure you do a body count, because I was gonna do I forgot to count all the bodies I've actually subdued here. It becomes quite the pile and it starts glitching a little bit here. And it can get a bit annoying to get these guys in here. Sometimes they won't get on top of the blooming pile. There we go. Put them on top of the toilet. Open the door. Close it. Walk away. Now you could do this with coins. However, is very risky when it comes to the whole no spotted bonus thing, like I said before. And the woman at the reception desk, she does not react to any coins until she stands up and goes on the intercom asking for the masseur. You know, she goes, you know, massage expert Connie Langstrom. There she goes. She said it in the background right now. Pour at the reception desk. That's the only time, because she stands up. That's the only time you can actually distract her with a coin. But obviously, this is a much better way, more reliable, and you don't lose any bonuses. So we're pretty much clearing the whole of the bottom floor now. So I think this is the last person before the target. So we're going to choke Mario here. There we go. Join the rest of the pile. Get his hands in. No, I think we have a couple more. Open, close. Again, this is very tedious, it's very long, and it's very frustrating. Obviously, the developers knew that this is probably the only way you could do it, and which is really unfortunate. I don't understand why they'd featured some of these contracts, but apparently the contract's named after the president or something like that. I'm not completely sure. Apparently, like, he did this contract during E3. I don't know, because I didn't really watch it because I was doing the elusive target at the time. So we're going to close that door there, open it, close it, and finally the target has been alerted to this over here. So again, same as before, we're going to pull out our knife now. Wait till she comes in, and then we're going to immediately throw the knife in the back of her head. Immediately. Because if you don't, she will spot you. I guarantee she will spot you if you don't throw that immediately. It's very, very frustrating, but it's just the way it is. And also, what you're going to have to do now is just drop everything you have in your inventory. I know it seems weird, I know it seems odd, but if you walk out of here with anything in your inventory, then you will get spotted. People will be alerted to you. Don't know why. Again, it's related to the bug. So we're going to make sure that you hide it all in there and close that door. Watch out for the camera again, and just hug the wall, go underneath the blind spot of the bugged out, glitched, stupid, silly camera. And then we just head to the exit, and that will do that for this particular featured contract.
Hey there. I could just about strangle you.
Just going to head to the side exit here. Again, I hope I never have to play this again. So that's going to do it for this video. So thanks very much for watching, and be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to join the ever-growing Freeze Army of Assassins, and I will see you in the next video. There's your Silent Assassin rating. 12 minutes 43 seconds is quite a long time, but we did it in the end, and that's what I wanted to set out to achieve. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Cheers.